E20, everybody is talking about it. Should all of us be worried? The simple answer is no. So let's talk about two good things and two not so good things and what we can do about it. First of all, let's see how much it impacts our wallet. So if you see here, this is the absolute best and worst case within the city, that in Bangalore traffic, as you can know, average of 1.5 hours to 2 hours of choco block traffic. So at various times of the day, morning, evening, afternoon sometimes. So if you really see, the mileage has gone down by 1 to 1.5 kilometers per liter. So there is been an impact. But again, I would say there's also some modifications I did. So literally within 5% range of impact. So first of all, let me get it clear. My car is E20 compliant, so I don't have to do anything except take the hit on the mileage, but I don't have to worry about any other negative effects. What I can also unofficially say is that if your car is E10 compliant, there is always a threshold that it won't have a significant impact compared to the cars that are 20, 15 years old. Okay, so quickly, what are the two negatives? Ethanol is attracts water. So if you have half filled tank, or if you have a tank that is quarter filled and you will have some moisture, it attracts moisture, and that subsequent moisture would get mixed up with the fuel, and then it may lead to corrosion of your fuel tank, and it also has the properties to slowly corrode your rubber seals and rubber tubes and etc. So this is really an hypothesis. It's proven in the laboratories, but we are using ethanol from 2023 onwards with more than 15%, and ethanol has started at 5% even way before in 2003 itself. So it's not something new. All right, that is one thing. So that in the sense, how can we prevent it? So you can use something like this: a fuel system cleaner every 1,000 kilometers, or this says every 5,000 kilometers. If you're using an older car, every 1,000, or if you are having modern car like us, you can do it every alternative full tank. This is a complete fuel system cleaner which has also corrosion inhibitor. So a fuel additive like this will completely solve your problem of corrosion of the internal components, even for your older cars. That's step one. You still want to avoid it, of course you can go with Shell petrol, which is having E15 instead of E20 as of now, or even HP speed premium from HP, that also has around 12 to 14% of ethanol as of now, but then eventually they will also end up having E20. So you can use this fuel system cleaner, or you can switch to HP's 100 octane or Indian Oil's 100 octane. So if you really have an older car, you have to do that is a vintage car. Otherwise, don't even bother. If it says E20 on your fuel cap, don't even bother. So that's one thing. Second thing is um, the power loss. So it again is a double-edged sword, because if you have a higher compression engine, that is 10.0 is to 1, that is there in this Jimny, it definitely uses it has the sensors that can detect the higher octane and then advances the timing, so which means slightly more power or better fuel efficiency over time. The engine ECU can do it. Also the Maruti and other manufacturers can advance the timing, because ethanol increases the octane ratings. So right now, what we are getting today is the octane levels from 91 has moved to 95 for all petrols, which is great, because for the same amount of money we are getting higher octane fuel. So if your engine is latest turbocharged or has 10 is to 1 compression ratio and above, which most of the cars are there post 2023, you are actually going to get better power and better mileage over time. Let the manufacturers fine tune this. This is one good thing about ethanol. right? Now what happens, the government is saying E27 and even E30. So in your E20 or even E10 compliant cars, E27 should not be a major problem, because like I said, there are tolerances and the fuel doesn't really do major damage. There will be some impact on the fuel efficiency, but then the manufacturers will figure it out. They'll increase the timing, and then use the, they just have to use the higher octane, and therefore there should not be major impact. Maybe 1 to 1.6%, that should be the roundabouts the impact. But why we should, anything about E27, of course you need to have, you're now getting into adding more hardware, and where you have to have a lot of sensors to detect it, and you are really going towards the full flex fuel system. So I don't think government will do in a hurry above E27, so don't worry about that. And the last thing is, ethanol is very important. It will give our country the necessary fuel independence. We don't depend on foreign countries for fuel imports and waste lakhs of crores on that. And we are atmanirbhar in terms of that, which is very important. And also it is environmentally friendly, so it has less CO2 emissions, and overall your city air would be cleaner. So thumbs up from my side. I would gladly take 1.5 kmpl less for now, and I'm sure the manufacturers would increase it further. So for me, ethanol is really okay. For the sake of the country, for the sake of Atmanirbhar Bharat, I am going to accept this. Thank you.